Management is the process of reaching organizational goals by working with and through other people and other organizational resources. Management highlights three common elements with which management is concerned, such as goals and objectives, limited resources, and people. Every human activity, from making of pottery to the placing of a man on moon, gives rises to two fundamental and opposing requirements: the division of labor into various tasks to be performed and the coordination of those tasks to accomplish the activity. The structure of an organization can be defined simply as a total of the ways in which it is divided into distinct tasks and then its coordination achieved among those tasks. Every manager has to lay down work procedures. One of the most important functions of office management is to organize or arrange the office and lay down methods or manner to get things done so that it may achieve its objectives. Office management means the techniques of controlling an office in order to achieve its purpose or objective, which is possible only when the office is well organized and managed. Now, grading the students. The students should be graded in order to indicate their achievements. Towards the end of an academic program, the students should be categorized as to know who stands where. Grading the students also helps to judge the teaching and learning. It indicates the academic efficiency of an institute. It helps the parents to find a better educational institute. It is a means of information to the parents, public, and school authorities. The grading system should be such which is understood clearly by the students, parents, public, and the school authorities. It should be on the basis of what is being taught in the class. All topics and areas of study should be weighed neither heavily nor lightly. Either the percentage of marks system should be given or grades like A, B, C, D, E, etc. should be given. There should be a sound system of grading of students in each course, since grading is very important for the promotion and progress of students. The instructor should follow the following steps in this regard. Number 1. Students should be informed about the criteria of grading in the beginning of the course itself. Number 2. Students should be very clear about what each grade means in terms of quality and quantity of work or performance. Number 3. Accurate records should be maintained to support the grades of the students. Number 4. Extra care is needed in reporting the grades to minimize the chances of changes in the grades. Now here comes the preparing reports. Reports are made by the authorities to know about all happenings in the institute during a given time or an occasion. The reports are the summary records which can be monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly. The reporting system may vary from institute to institute. As far as possible, the number of reports should be minimum because lots of time is wasted in preparing them. Appropriately, blank forms or performa should be used by a teacher in order to maintain uniformity. In physical education departments, there could be attendance reports, about activities that is carried out throughout the year. Financial reports for the expense made on sports activities throughout the year. Sports achievements reports of the players and teams for any unexpected happening or accident. Now the need for office. The job of a physical education teacher differs from other subject teachers. It involves dealing with parents, sport dealers, students, and other institutes. He has to keep various records of purchases, etc. He should have a meeting place where he could be available when required. This all necessitates the need for an office for him or her. Location for office. The office must be centrally located at the place from where it is convenient for him to work. It should be not too far from the institute's building. It is customary to provide an office to the PET adjacent to the sports store. If there is a gymnasium, the PET can provide an office there. Setup for office. The PET should take full responsibility for proper upkeep and use of his office. If there is no separate office, then the PET may have some plywood separation in the storeroom and may set up his office there. His office must be an ideal place for efficiency, dignity, and decorum. The office should never be used for personal convenience. It should not be an eating, entertainment, and chit-chat place. Sufficient furniture and stationery should be provided. A chair, a table, drawers which could be locked, a few chairs or sofas for visitors, a cupboard for keeping records, some registers, few charts, and decoration items should be made available. On the table, such items like letter trays, pen, pencil, ink, blotter, eraser, call bell, desk calendar, paperweight, wall pins, clip pins, memo pads, table lamps, and telephone, etc. should be made available. A wall calendar and wall clock should also be there within an easy view. Timetable, sports calendar, and team details, etc. may also be put either on the display board in the office or put under the glass on the table for ready reference. The trophies and medals, etc., won by the institution team may be displayed in the office properly. Regular dusting and cleaning of the office should be done. An office attendant may be appointed for this purpose. Now, office functions and practices. Every office has to perform certain function to provide service to the various people. The function may differ from office to office depending upon its size. However, certain common functions are to be performed by every office. They are as follow. Number 1. Answering and placing telephone calls. In large offices, telephone calls are placed and answered by the secretary or receptionist. In case there is no receptionist or secretary, the PET must perform this function himself. Standard telephone technique must be observed because favorable or unfavorable impression of a department is easily created by the manner in which telephone calls are attended. The telephone should be answered promptly. Do not allow to ring the phone longer unnecessarily. The person answering the telephone must be as friendly and cordial as if the caller works as a visitor in the office. The department and name of the person receiving the calls should be identified immediately after the greetings. Number 2. Receiving visitors. Every office has to perform the duty of receiving visitors and guests. One should be courteous and polite in receiving the visitors. Every visitor should be welcomed and offered seat. Find out the reason of the visit. If there was a prior appointment, the boss should be informed immediately. Make visitor slip which are to be kept at reception counter. If the visitor or guest has to wait, then provide something to read such as latest magazine, newspaper or prospectus of the institute. Try to solve the problem of the visitor and provide every possible information. If he is required to visit next time, then arrange next appointment. Number 3. Answering correspondence. Every office has to write or send letter to answer the correspondence received from outside. Never delay in answering the correspondence. Some officers have the habit of answering the letters within 24 hours. If there is a steno, then dictation can be given for all the important or required informations. If the officer is not having sufficient time, then use of dictaphone can be made. Every outgoing letter should be properly checked or language and address. A draft may be typed first. Number 4. Filing and record keeping. Every office has to keep the records of all received correspondence and also copy of those letters which are sent out. Different reports like fitness report, team report and student records are to be kept properly. The system of record keeping should be such that the required documents could be traced easily whenever required for future reference. It is done better when one person does it. There are 5 systems of filing. A. Alphabet filing. In this system, alphabets are allotted to file followed by the letter, serial number. Different subjects are allotted in alphabet such as A. Intramural, B. Extramural, C. Purchase, and the letter number could be number A/21. B. Numerical filing. This system is also similar to alphabet filing, but instead of an alphabet A, number is allotted to the file, such as 1. Intramural, 2. Extramural, 3. Purchase, and the number of letter could be number 1/21. C. Chronological filing. This system is used in small offices where number of correspondence is very less. The year and month are allotted to the file and letters of all subjects received in that duration are placed in that file, such as number 2013-02-21. D. Subject file. In this system, files are prepared according to the subjects such as intramural, extramural, and purchase, etc. And the number of the file could be, for example, IM for intramural, EM for extramural, PUR for purchase, and the file number could be PUR/21. E. Mixed file. In this system, a combination of all above 4 systems is used for better and easier remembrance, such as the file number could be PUR for purchase /2013 for the year /02 for the month and 21 for the day. Number 5. Typing and duplicating materials. Every office has to perform this duty, and for this purpose it should have a proper typewriter, computer with printer and electrostat machine. Number 6. Keeping appointment and meeting obligations. Every officer should remember all appointments and he should prepare well in advance. The office should have a system of reminding all appointments during the day. A desk calendar, appointments diary, or an appointment board may be maintained in the office for reminding and attending all appointments in time. Number 7. Providing service to staff and students. Every office has to help its staff and the students whenever they need help or require a document from the office. The staff may need help for typing letters, question papers, notices, office orders, fixture of tournaments, invitations or study materials, etc. Similarly, the students may also require some information which has to be provided by the office. Now here comes the conclusion of today's topic. It can be concluded that every office has to properly define employees' responsibilities and working relationships. It is easy to handle machines but difficult to handle human beings. Employees should be handled in such a way that they think themselves as a part and parcel of the organizations and consequently utilize their talents to the maximum for the benefits of the organization as well as themselves. If the office is not a very large one, the office manager has to perform such activities, otherwise a separate department called personnel department shall require to be set up. Another aspect of the office work is space utilization. The challenge is to use the available space to the optimum use to enhance the efficiency of operations. To lay down the systems or producers for the office, these should be simple to understand and to operate to achieve office efficiency. This much for today. Thank you so much.